Hello, my name is Daniel, and I'll be explaining what passing by reference is for EECS 183. The lesson plan is to first go over a real-life example to kind of build intuition over what passing by reference means. Then I'm going to go over what it means in C++ specifically, and then finally we're going to talk about the implementation, so how to actually write it out in C++ code. So here's the real-life example. Let's say that you're writing an essay and you want your friend to revise it for you. So you make a copy of your essay, right, in Google Docs, and then you send it over to your friend, and your friend makes some revisions. So you, in essence, have access to your original essay, which you made, and after you made a copy, which is this green one, your friend has access to that one. What that means, though, is that when your friend makes edits, so let's make some edits, that doesn't appear on the original essay, right? These purple marks are not on your original essay. So if you boot up your original essay Google document, you're not going to see any changes. But let's say that you don't want to, copy over your friend's revisions from this essay over to your original essay. You just want all the revisions to automatically appear. What you would do in that case is passing by reference. In Google Doc, what you would do is you would just share the essay with your friend. And so now you have access to your original essay, right here, but you're going to make it so that your friend has access to your original essay as well. So now your friend, we don't care about this anymore. We don't care about this anymore. And now that your friend is shared onto this essay, when your friend makes revisions, it's going to show up on your original document as well. That, in essence, is what passing by reference is. It's this idea of when you make a copy of something to share it with someone else versus if you just give them direct access to the original thing. All right, so what does passing by reference mean, or what is a reference anyway in C++? Here I have drawn out some memory diagrams. So if you think about these numbers as little things that your computer stores, let's say that you have a variable called variable 1, and that is storing 21. It's an integer, so it just has the value 21. If you create a new variable and you assign it to be equal to variable 1, what actually happens is that it makes a copy of 21, and variable 2 is pointing to that copy. So if you change variable 2, you will not change variable 1. Now, passing by reference is this green, on the other hand, where variable 1 is pointing to the same piece of memory as variable 2. So if you change variable 1, it changes the value in variable 2. And if you change the value in variable 2, it changes the value in variable 1. It's the same exact thing that they're both kind of pointing to. All right. Now let's talk about the implementation. So for this example of variable 1 and variable 2, I've written out the simple, int main function. Let's say that you initialize var to be equal to 21. Var is equal to 21, then you say var2 is equal to var, right? Now remember, that's the first thing that we did. This is passing by copy. You're making a copy of 21. So when you change var2 now to equal 30, var2 is equal to 30, right? So in this block, we could edit that to be 30, right? But var1 is still 21. So if we see out var1, it'll still print 21. On the other hand, if we pass by reference, which we can do by using this ampersand, right, in front of the declaration of the variable, what will happen is that they will both point to the same place in memory, the same object in memory, which is what we see in this other diagram. So now if we make a new variable called variable 3, so int ampersand, which says reference, var3, which is the name of the variable, is equal to var. Instead of making a copy of var and then having var3 point to that copy, it just makes var3 directly point to whatever thing in memory var1 was pointing to. That is what this diagram is. Okay, implementation 2. Let's say that we're going to actually, make our essay in C++. You create this variable called essay, and you pass it to this function called edit. Because edit just makes a copy of essay, and then you modify that essay within the function, it's the same thing as before. It won't actually modify the original value. So when you have, string essay equals essay, and then you edit essay, if you see out SA, which is the original variable, it'll still be the same. It won't be edited. However, if we add an ampersand into the parameter right here, it'll pass it by reference instead. So if we do, okay, edit by reference, right? And so we've passed SA by reference into the function. What will happen is that when we see out SA, it'll actually, output new SA, because you're directly accessing the object in memory that SA was pointing to, not a new copy. Okay, so I hope you understood that. That in essence is what passing by reference versus passing by copy is. And thank you for listening to my video.